up, guys? Welcome back to Reality Radio Podcast with Whitney and Stephen. You're tuning in to our Big Brother 15 discussion week 1. Like always, you can hit us up on Twitter. We're at Reality Radio Pod, and our blog is talkingrealitytv.blogspot.com. Alright, so CBS Big Brother, they premiered last Wednesday. It's big, it's new, it's 16 people and 16 house guests, and the new twist this season is the MVP. America. Go ahead.
What are you saying?
Go ahead. No, wait, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I said, and the 3 house guests are nominated this year.
Yeah. That's the big key. America gets to vote for the most valuable player living in the Big Brother house. And whoever that player is, they nominate the third person to be up on the block. And then the house gets to vote for one person. So it's crazy. For week 1, just to give you guys a little recap memory, McCrae, he wanted HOH. He nominated Jesse and Candace. America voted for Alyssa to be MVP. She nominated David. That kind of backfired on her because after McCrae won the veto, he took Candace off the block, put Alyssa up on the block. She started sweating, but fortunately for her, she was safe this week, and the House voted for David. So a lot of surprises after they realized that David was the one actually going home. So crazy.
Well, first let's get to the, we never really talked about the cast.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Go run down about the cast, what we think.
Yeah.
About each one.
First of all, let me pull them up. It's a lot of cast members.
Yeah, it is.
But let's start with, like, the ones who kind of pop out. Actually, let's just start with Nick. What do you think about Nick?
I think he's just a cool guy, you know. He just seems very chill. Right now, he just seems like he's hanging laying low. It was good to see him form that alliance with the rest of the guys, the moving company, the 5 of them. I definitely think he's a strong competitor because after the first competition, he was like in the top 2. Like he made it to the top 2. He could have eventually won, but he made that deal with McCrae, and McCrae, kept him safe. So for right now, I like Nick. He seems cool.
I was watching their interviews just to kind of, I was kind of behind on the cast. So I was watching the interviews that he did with Jeff from previous cast, previous season.
Mm-hmm.
And he was actually someone I was so annoyed with in the interview. I thought he was just kind of, he just reminded me of like a Dan. I don't know if you know Dan. It's kind of his mannerisms, but I really like Dan though.
Dan from Big Brother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like
Dan.
he's
cool. I like Dan.
Yeah, but he just kind of gave me off that vibe, but except like he just kind of felt like, I don't know, just kind of cocky. But I didn't prove it. But after watching the show, I don't have a live feed, and I will never get the live feed.
Yeah. Do you watch the After Dark shows?
No, I don't. I don't watch. I only watch what's edited. And, from that, he's definitely made it into like I think he's like my favorite.
Yeah.
I can see with this cast, I can see my favorites switching on and off.
Yeah, me too. I didn't see his interview, but I do see a little bit of his cockiness in the After Dark shows. They're free. They're actually on TV GSN. That's the one good thing about this season. They're no longer on Showtime. Usually you have to pay to have Showtime. But right now they're on TV GSN. That's like in New Jersey, it's like Channel 100. It's a TV Guide station. But it's free. It comes on at 12 midnight, and it's like 2 hours. And just based off of seeing a couple of those scenes on the After Dark show, he is a little cocky. Him and Jeremy, when they're together. Like, I can see a little cockiness. And he's also, what's the word? He's also gullible. So I'm not sure if you saw it, but he believed Jeremy when Jeremy told him that he voted for David. There was a conversation that they had, and Jeremy completely, totally, like, got into his head and made him believe that he voted for David.
Well,
the House was trying to figure out who was that extra person who voted for Alyssa. And he was just,
when did they show that?
Saying blame. Huh?
When did they show that?
They showed it on the After Dark show. It wasn't edit. Yeah, it wasn't edit. It was crazy. There's a lot of stuff that goes on the After Dark. Like they show a lot of conversations. You'd be surprised.
Yes, yeah, I only know that like what's on the show.
True.
But if like I said, I can't really speak for what's being shown there.
Yeah.
But what I see, moving company, they created this alliance, and I mean, we're seeing conversations between Jeremy and other people, and we've seen his interviews and such. But maybe Nick hasn't seen that side of Jeremy. He has no reason to really doubt Jeremy, Howard, Spencer, McCrae, because they created this alliance that they're going to protect each other. And yeah, I don't think Nick is gullible thinking that no one can turn in his alliance.
Yeah.
But if he hasn't been exposed to Jeremy, what his true feelings really are, then I can see that, I can see him believing Jeremy over other people who thought that.
Jeremy's a good player because right now in that alliance, Nick is more for Jeremy, and he's ready to go with Spencer and Howard. Spencer and Howard, they kept to their word and, go without David. So, if he goes along with Jeremy, I guess that's a good thing because Jeremy does have people behind him, but at the same time, he's going to not know what he's missing out by, just deleting everything but Jeremy. So hopefully, something comes up where he can see the light just a little bit.
Well, let's move on to, let's go with, Amanda.
Which one is?
Amanda is the one that has a little thing with McCrae.
Yeah. I think I kind of like that for some reason.
See, I can't remember her interview at all, actually, but I don't think I was too impressed with her. I wasn't too impressed with many girls this season.
True. No, I was gonna say I want to make sure if I'm gonna say this correctly. She may be one of the strongest female competitors in this game, Amanda.
You think physically or socially?
Both.
Yeah.
I would say both.
She's definitely she's a huge strategic player. I can already see it.
Yes.
I can already see it, and so I'm interested in that. I'm interested in watching her play because I don't really see her. I don't know what you see on the After Dark shows, but from the episodes, I don't really see her having really too many sides. Like she's not with moving company. She's not necessarily with Aaron and Jeremy. But I don't know.
You want me to fill you in? She's with McCrae, totally.
I know she's with McCrae, but there seems to be two different sides.
Yeah, she's against Aaron. I know that for sure. And I'm not sure what she thinks about Jeremy yet. But I know she's with McCrae, she's with Andy, she's with Spencer, and she's with Helen and Howard, but right now she says she can let go of Helen and Howard if she needs to. But yeah, she's with all of them.
Yeah.
She's cool though.
Alright, let's go on to Andy.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing much from him. What's your? I was kind of annoyed with him. Well, not really annoyed. I don't know. Maybe just irritated. I don't know. Yeah, I guess annoyed with him in his interview. We haven't really seen much on television. So what's your take on him?
Yeah, I haven't seen the interview either. I'm trying to remember how long he lasted on the first competition. Can't remember. Physically, I'm not really sure. But then again, he did come close on the second HOH competition, so I don't know. He could be a contender, but I don't know. I think he may be, I don't know.
Yeah. The second HOH competition really surprised me. I like that. He was paired to Alyssa. And from what I read online, because I don't really like spoilers
Me neither. But go ahead.
But
Go
I
ahead.
feel like the HOH competition, even if they're endurance and they don't make it on air, I feel like it's not really a spoiler because they're technically supposed to show them, and after the live eviction, you usually know who the next HOH is going to be.
Pretty much.
So I like to kind of keep up with that.
Yeah,
if they do those long endurance ones, which I hate.
Yeah.
I was really surprised, and I heard that he really kept up with Jeremy and Aaron.
Yep.
And really with Jeremy because Jeremy's much more physically fit.
Yeah.
And this was
him.
I mean, it was carrying barbecue sauce back and forth, but it's still something where it's endurance. You have to really keep keep on your toes. So
Definitely.
I was really impressed with that. So I can't wait to see more from him. I was hoping, he'd be more like he could turn out to be a real player in this game if he lays low.
Definitely, yeah, I think
if
so
he
too.
continues to lay low.
Lay
and
low.
Don't take sides.
Yeah. I heard, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So,
he just seems like in the middle right now. He looks like a contender if he stays in the game long enough.
And now let's move on to Candice, who was on the block this week, but got saved by McCray. What do you think of Candice? I'm not really seeing much from her. She seems like she's someone who's gonna go with the wind. Go where whoever says something nice takes her.
Yeah, I was a little afraid about that. I kind of thought she may be like Jen from last season, kind of like just there. But she's a little bit more than Jen. I've noticed that. She wasn't bad.
Personality.
Yeah, she has way more personality. She talks more. I think she may be better physically too, just a little bit. Mm-hmm. And it just sucks because she's not really in an alliance. Like I know McCray's alliance, they're kind of like using her just to get a vote, but it didn't work this week because she actually went against and voted for Alyssa. But I don't know, she just seems, I don't know.
Well, that makes sense.
Pretty cool.
McCray put her on the block. Yeah.
But it sucks because the other side is not with her either. Like the other side is against her too. So she could have just at least, I don't know, side with one side at least. I don't know. But I know, just reading off like the what's online, I know Candice and someone else, I don't know the second person, but they're saying that she may have outed the moving company. Like she may have figured out like who's the 5 guys. So they may show that this Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about David?
David, he was pretty funny. He actually reminds me of Ace a little bit from Real World Paris. I don't know if you got that vibe. Did you?
No, I don't know.
I got that vibe just because they just based off the dumbness, the dumb, silly things they say. He wasn't dumb, but he did say silly things. Like he did say
he was just kind of
airheaded things. Yeah, and I felt like David was like that too a little bit. Airheaded.
David was just stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, like he was just stupid. Like how do you we'll get to this when we talk about the competitions, but how do you not spell anything?
Yeah.
Anything in the spelling competition? That was like you could have spelled and or it
or something.
You put something on the board.
Yeah.
He said nothing.
Or maybe the producer was like, you don't have a word, so just take everything off. But yeah, that's pretty sad that he didn't spell anything.
But he was a contender though. I mean, I thought he was gonna. I was surprised that he was he didn't have the votes.
Yeah.
And I was surprised that he went out before
a lot of other people.
I guess not before Jess. I mean, I guess not because Jess really didn't make any waves, but neither did David. He was just a physical threat to Nick, and Nick wanted that gone.
Yeah, it was smart though. I thought, get rid of your biggest competition.
His biggest competition is in his alliance.
Yeah, but the people on the block. David.
But that's the reason David was put on the block, was because Alyssa wanted to nominate Nick, and Nick and McCrae came together and was like, no, we gotta get David on because he's the biggest threat. And I'm like, dude, David is an idiot, and he will, although he was with Aaron, but I feel like if the movie company would have approached him, or if Nick would have approached him, he would have been with that, because he had
he would have. He would have. See, I don't know why they didn't approach him. You would think they would have, but they didn't.
He's someone who doesn't really have a mind of his own, so it would have been easier for Nick to manipulate and to control, rather than someone like Jeremy, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't get that, but, you know, I guess you can go off of his first impressions, and if you don't really have a vibe with someone, you're not really going to want them in your alliance. I get that. But yeah, I was shocked. I thought he was going to be a big character. I really,
I thought so too.
She reminded me of, Shane from last season, who was...
Shane was smarter than that.
Such a physical threat, but he wasn't really the smartest guy.
Yeah, maybe the showman's here. Because I know Shane had a showman for Danielle, and so did David.
But I thought David would be that guy who had, like, not really a showman, but just was dominating competitions, but was just so stupid to not know what to do with his power.
That's the thing. He didn't know what to do.
That's what I thought he would be. Let's move on to someone a little more controversial, Erin. What was your first impression of her?
My first impression, I thought she was like this sweet little bubbly girl, you know, American girl, but I don't know, she seems very different than that. You know, she has like a rude side. I kind of felt like she blindsided David too, a little bit. Like she controlled him. Like he wasn't able to think for himself. And I know. Wait, go ahead.
Let's not give her too much credit. She's not the smartest cookie in a jar either, though. I don't think they really knew. I don't think either of them were smart enough to use each other like that. I think they both were just in some dumb showmance type of love.
Yeah. you can tell Erin was she was smarter though, just by the choices that she made in that house. Like she did a lot of sneaky stuff, and she let other people cover up for her. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you already know with the whole racial slurs and stuff and the homophobic whatever stuff that she said, which was crazy.
Yeah. See, my first impression of her was just she was not. She was kind of blah. I just wasn't feeling her at all. I don't know. I just wasn't really into her. So watching the shows, watching the 3 episodes we've seen, I get the same thing. She's just like this annoying girl who went on television to create a showman. And she thought and what rubbed me the wrong way was how when Julie first announced his MVP, she just thought she was going to get it every time. She was like, oh my gosh, everyone's going to be so jealous of me because I'm probably going to get it every single time. So I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
I really want to know how
she felt when she wasn't announced as MVP.
Yeah. So that was funny to hear her say that. But I just don't. I didn't like her from the beginning. I still don't like her now. And so yeah, we'll see what happens.
She kind of reminded me of Shelly. Is that her name?
Shelly?
What's her name? I forgot her name. Not Rachel and Brendan. I know you know them now. But Jess and what's Jess's girl or wife now? She's blonde.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Erin, who she reminds me of, but I don't know the other Big Brother cast. I can't remember her name.
Is it from from Big Brother? What season?
She wasn't on. She's like the old school, but she came back as a veteran, but not last season, but the season before. Did you see that one?
You talking about Jordan?
Jordan, yeah. She kind of just based on first impression, Erin kind of reminded me of Jordan a little bit. I guess because it got the same look and all, but yeah. But personality-wise, Jordan's way cooler. Way cooler.
Yeah, they both annoy me, but Jordan's definitely a sweetheart. But
Yeah, she's a sweetheart by nature. Yeah, Erin, she's just I don't know what she is.
and we'll get more into that. We'll get more into that. I know I know you're itching to talk about it, but we'll get more into that.
Yeah.
All right, we gotta speed this up. All right, let's go with Howard.
Cool guy. I think out of all the guys, I kind of related to him the most, just based off, he goes to church. He brought his Bible to the inside the house. Yeah. The first off impression, I just thought he was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad he's not that good in those competitions, or he's lowering himself. Yeah, he needs to step it up in that department. But other than that, he just seems cool.
No, he doesn't need to step it up. He needs to keep doing
what
he's
doing. Are you serious?
Yeah, he needs to keep doing what he's doing. Walk to the house, you look at someone like that and you think, wow, huge competition.
But he can't be too weak, because at some point in time he has to start winning stuff, because if he doesn't win anything, if he gets to the end, people are gonna be like, why should we vote for you to win if you didn't win anything?
You know who's never won a challenge?
Who?
Dr. Will. He's never been HOH.
And he won his season?
Time.
Well, yeah, that's good. So that's good for him. That's good. But I don't think it will work for Howard, because
it's not. I'm not saying that not winning is gonna help, but I'm just saying it is possible. Like, it's not about what you do in the physical competitions. You don't have to win. Dan has never really won challenges. I just think it's what you do with your
how you get there.
Perceived.
That is true. He does have a good character in the house. Yeah.
And so if he stays,
in the middle,
the thing is with him, not really in the middle, but the thing is with him, he can be a weak physical player, or just not as strong as he potentially can be. But he has to make strategic moves within the house as well, and he has to get inside socially. And that's where he needs to step up. I don't think he needs to step up in the physical challenges. He's going to find there. But he needs to step up in the house and not just ride other people's coattails. Not just stay in the movie company and say like, oh, well, I'm with these group of guys, so I just see where this goes. He needs to make his own moves for himself.
I agree.
So, yeah, but that's my impression of him right now. Personally, I'm not really I like him. But he's just kind of not doing much for me to really root for. Kind of like Nick, he's making moves, so I'm rooting for him. So someone like that, or Howard's not really someone I'm rooting against, but he's not really someone I can really root for. I don't want to see him go home because I like him more than a lot of other people, but it's kind of whatever right now. So we'll see how it goes.
I agree.
All right, let's go to Helen. Little light note.
I like Helen. I'm glad she's there. She's like the mom in the house. Well, at least that's what I see. Physically, I'm not sure what she will bring. Socially, I think she's kind of there. I know she tends to care for people when they're down, as you can see. Like, she always talks to them and makes them think of the brighter side of things or whatever. She's a good positive talker, and I like Helen. I want to keep her around. I hope she stays around and see what she can do. What about you?
Yeah, she's someone who I think she's in a good position to play a really good game. Like, these people, if you think about it, there are only, I would say about 4, maybe 3, maybe 4 power players so far. And if the other people are kind of just following along or just kind of coasting along, if they just sit back and look and realize what they need to do to get certain people out of the house or to advance their game, like, she could be so good if she just thought strategy. But I don't feel like she's thinking strategy. I feel like she's just trying to not rock the boat. She's trying to be liked. That's just her character.
Yeah.
So I feel like, because the power play, that's like Nick, Jeremy, Amanda, and maybe Alyssa. Maybe Alyssa. She's a maybe. I feel like those are the only ones who are really playing the game, and everyone else is just kind of following in the place of what they want.
True.
So, and that always happens. There's always like one or two people who can easily be overrun, but because they're the only ones who are really thinking about the game, they're controlling everything.
Yeah.
So Helen's definitely somebody who I feel like could have followers herself if she just thought strategy, but she's not.
Yeah, she's not. I know she's with Andy and Spencer. Andy, Spencer, and Howard and McRae. She's with those people, so but I'm not sure if she'll be okay with this second week. But yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see.
Well, alright, let's go to Gina actually, I'll go with Jeremy. Jeremy. What's your impressions on him? Your first impressions and what you think now.
First impression, when I saw him talk about the Cherokee and the boat thing, I didn't really understand. He said he was in the boat. I didn't understand at all, but my first impression, I thought it was pretty cool. He came out and said he's half Cherokee, and when he got into the house, I instantly realized that he was going to be one of the top players physically and socially, because in that first episode we saw him form that first alliance with Spencer and Howard, and he formed another alliance with he almost formed an alliance with Jesse, but that didn't really work out. But yeah, Jeremy, I definitely think he's gonna be around for a long time. That's my thing. Unless the house is smart enough to be like, yo, Jeremy, we gotta get him out. But other than that, I think Jeremy's gonna be up. He's gonna be up on top.
Yeah, and my first impression of him was like he was definitely one of my favorites. He was I really liked him in his interview, and first episode definitely liked him. I thought he was kind of chill. He did good in the not chill, that's the wrong word, but he did good in the very first HOH competition.
Yeah.
But he got down and for a pass for the that he's never gonna be a have-not.
That's good.
I thought would bite him in the butt, because if you're never gonna have to suffer like we have to suffer, fight for what we have to fight for, then he's always gonna be having a full stomach.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you gotta go.
The house is not smart enough to be like, oh, let's try to get him out, because he has that advantage, and not only does he have that advantage, but he's already a strong player. So I don't know.
Yeah. Gosh, you know what? The thing that kills me that I don't know I don't know if it's just being inside the house. Things just kind of just kind of sucks up your brain cells or something. But it's like I feel like a lot of these people are fans of the show, and they sit back and analyze things like we are doing now, and they're thinking like, wow, why didn't this person do this? Why didn't this person do that? Think of all these scenarios, how they would do things the perfect way, but then get into the house, it's like everything stops. You're on Big Brother. You just want to have fun, be on TV, be the nice one, be the most liked. You don't want viewers, the fans talking bad about you. So it's like, I feel like something happens when you step in the house and then you just stop. Like, you don't want to play the game.
It comes to real, It comes to real, then.
Yeah.
You're actually in the house for like however long they're going to be there, 90 days or whatever.
Maybe just us. Maybe just we just I don't know. Maybe if we were in the house, we'd be doing the same thing. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. But so I'm not really cool with Jeremy. He seems like he seems like he's trying to be a tough guy. I feel like he's trying to do the whole evil dick thing, like his whole little speech with about the wine situations. Like, he was trying so hard to be an alpha male.
I didn't like that. I thought that was corny. Yeah. I thought it was corny for Jeremy to take all the heat, and I thought it was corny for Aaron to let him take all the heat. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing is so stupid. But I'm not feeling him anymore. He's whatever. But yeah, he's definitely a strong player. He needs to get out the house. Nick needs to target Jeremy. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Alright, so Gina Marie.
She's funny. She's from Staten Island, right? From New York.
Yep.
She's blonde. Yeah. I think she's funny. I'm not too sure about physically and socially, you know. But I know socially she seems like she's with Jeremy and Aaron more. I don't know, right? She seems like right now she just seems like she's laying low. She's in the middle. What do you think?
Not liking Gina Marie. I did like her the very first episode. She just came off very loud, annoying, abrasive.
Yeah, that didn't bother me. As long as she's not cocky. I don't think she's cocky with it. Like I think she realized that she got some people. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not cocky at all. It's just me. I just get annoyed by that. And so I just feel like she just kind of wants to be that girl. As far as gameplay goes, I'm not really seeing much from her.
Yeah.
As far as she definitely picked the right side to be on, though. As far as physical, I'm not seeing much from her either. So we'll see. She's just kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that side calls, McCrae, Helen, Howard, Amanda, Spencer, they call them the weirdos. I don't like that at all, but yeah.
Yeah, they think they're cool kids.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about, Gina, Marie, Aaron, Jeremy, and all of them. They think they're better or whatever.
Yeah.
Or they're entitled to, stick around and, win this or whatever.
So, let's go to Judd. Sweetheart.
Judd, yeah, he just seems like a funny dude, chill. Physically, he could be, a contender. We have to see a little bit more from him. I'm surprised that he's not in the Moving Alliance either, but I know he's close with Nick and he's close with McCrae. And, he's talked with all of them and Amanda about, being with them, and he did vote for David, so you never know. Judd may be around for a long time.
Yeah, I really like Judd. I loved him when I first saw his interview. And I still like him after the 3 episodes we saw. And he's like a really cool guy. He could bring a lot of laughs this season.
Yeah.
I hope he stays around a long time just because of that. I feel like this season can get really tense. With the amount of hatred that seems to be going around. Like, I feel like it's not really like I want to get you out because I expect you as a competitor. It feels like I want to get this person out because I hate them, and if they're not out of the house, I'm just going to berate them and make them feel like crap, And that's just kind of tensed up for me. I don't really like those type of seasons, so I'm hoping that Judd stays around because I feel like he can provide some lightheartedness and just some goodness.
Yeah.
All around just goodness.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like him. So let's go to the queen of all the drama that's going around, Alyssa.
Alyssa, yeah. Before, the season premiered, I didn't know, that there was somebody, I didn't know a formal cast member relative was going to be in the house. So that was a surprise to me when I saw the premiere, Alyssa. I think she's cool physically. I think she's going to be up there, competing. She'll probably be, one of the top female players. Socially, not sure. I know a lot of people are against it right now, but if she continues to have the MVP, she'll be in a good spot at least. But she has to have the votes when it comes to eviction night. So I don't know. I like her though, but I don't see a reason to hate her. But what bothers me is that she doesn't really care about the game. Like, and you know that about if you see the After Dark shows. Like, she doesn't really care. Like, I know she said that she didn't want to go home first week, and after week 1 she doesn't really care if she leaves or not. But I know she's gonna continue to fight to stay, but deep down she doesn't really care. That's just a little invalid.
I knew, I guess, that she was gonna be on just because I follow Evil Dick. And he is constantly talking about Big Brother, and he was saying how he heard that how Rachel Riley's sister was gonna be on, and all this and that, and so when I saw her, I was like, oh, that's her.
Yeah, she looks just like her too.
From her interviews, I didn't like her. I didn't like her at all, and she reminded me a lot of Rachel when I really didn't like Rachel. Something that I like personally is just that it's annoying.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of her voice, her mannerisms, how she kind of just talks. It's just kind of annoying. But after watching the shows, I really see nothing wrong with her so far.
Yeah, me neither. She's just
like,
chill.
She seems like a nice person, and who's just trying to survive in this situation she's been put in, where people just don't like her for stupid reasons. Like, it's just pettiness. Who cares who her sister is? I don't see how her, like, because Rachel, it's not like Rachel's social game was all that great. It was her physical game. She won a lot of challenges. And from what we saw from Melissa, that does not run in the blood, because she hasn't really
won anything
been a
really
strong competitor physically, I don't think. And so
but I think she's better than most girls.
Yeah, but that's not
definitely. Yeah, she just can't beat the guys.
But yeah, I don't see why that's an issue. I really So
who cares?
I guess on paper, if a relative of a previous winner came on, you'd be a little hesitant. But if you just look at their performance, like why
are you scared? Yeah, it's too different people.
Why does it matter? And so yes, I don't have a problem with her. I'm actually rooting for her. So I'm rooting for her and Nick.
Yeah, she's an underdog.
Yeah, for sure. All right, McCray.
I like McCray. He's a pizza guy. Who would have thought he was going to win the first HOH? My first impression was I didn't really see a contender in him. I kind of doubted him a lot, but I'm happy that he's up there. He won the HOH. He won the veto competition, and he took control in that first week. So I like him and Amanda together. They seem cool.
Well, all right. Well, I like McCray enough, but he did not take control of the HOH the first week. He didn't take control. He was run by Amanda and by Nick.
Yeah, that is true.
And he just came off very kind of weak to me. Like, he's one of those people how if you're...
He was scared to make moves or scared to upset someone.
If he's HOH and you want to get in his head, you want to get what you want, you gotta be the last person to talk to him. Like, he can easily sway one way or another by just a good speech or by an intimidating presence.
Yeah.
I feel like. So,
I agree.
I think, and Nick and Amanda are both intimidating presence.
Mhm.
So, they're very dominating.
Yeah.
In the conversations. So, I can see how they got what they wanted. And Billy McCray, he got what he wanted, which was just to not rock the boat, and he didn't rock the boat. But he liked Alyssa. He had no reason himself for putting her up. But what they did, I guess, was okay in the end. Like, they put her up, so they're not really showing that they're against anyone particularly in the house. But they had the votes to keep her around, so they could work with her in the future and say, look, we put you up, but we kept you because we want you here. We had They also did it.
They also did it with Candace too. I know they made they talked to Candace like, we'll take you down just as long as you work with us. Like, Candace, she didn't even work with them. Like, she still went against them. So I'm not sure how it's gonna play out next week. So I agree with that.
So we'll see what happens. I think he's going to be an interesting person to watch, too.
Yeah.
Let's go with Jessie.
Jessie, my first impression when I first saw, so like, she was the only one I saw her interviews, and I read her bio online. And I thought, she was going to be someone who could possibly win, but after seeing her in the house, it just seems like everyone just dislikes her. So she's gonna have a hard time
sticking around.
Yeah, it's like I'm not too impressed with her. Like she was one of my early like pre-show favorites.
Yeah.
And I'm not too impressed. She seems like she just wants to hook up with guys and doesn't really care about the game. Seems kind of like a dick.
I think she cares about the game. It's just that I don't know. I don't think she's a dick either. It's just that she's for some reason she's just not likable in the house at least.
Well, I don't think she's very likable or relatable for the audience either.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if maybe they're not showing stuff. Maybe her edit is weird, but it's not clicking.
Yeah.
So we'll see. She's got to make it past the second week because there are other bigger targets than her. I don't think her leaving unless some mishap happens. Something really gets messed up.
True. I heard once they get into jury, they get $13,000.
Yeah, what?
They get $13,000. So if I was on that Big Brother house, I would at least want to make it to jury time. Because you're guaranteed $13,000. Yeah. That's
my one goal.
Yeah. If you think your chances are low anyway, and for you to make it to the top two, if you make it to the jury, you're going home with $13,000. So
yeah,
that's still good.
All right. Cool. Spencer.
Who?
Spencer.
Oh, Spencer. Yeah. I like Spencer. First impression, I thought he was just chill. I know he said he was one of the oldest guys in the house. Right now, physically, I'm not sure if he'll be all that good, but I think socially he'll be good. He seems like he's able to talk to people a lot. So
yeah,
I don't know what
I don't really know what to think of him right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of rooting for him just because I want to see him and Howard, stick around for a long time and just take control.
I don't know about that. They need to bring some more personality to the table for me to want them to stick around. I gotta have something to watch,
True.
But I definitely I wouldn't mind if they stick around longer than Jeremy and Aaron.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, there are a couple other people who I prefer to watch over them. But
True.
I hope they start playing the game, though. I hope certain people do start playing the game.
Uh-huh.
Now last one, Caitlyn.
Not too sure what to think about her. I know she's up under Jeremy a lot.
Yep.
First impression, when I first saw her just in the face, she kind of reminds me of Laurel from MTV Fresh Me Too, just in the face. But I'm not sure physically. I can't remember what she did in those competitions. The first one, HOH, and the second one. And socially, she seems smart because she's with Aaron and Jeremy. So I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I don't like her. That's mainly because I think it's because she's up under Jeremy, and I just don't like her.
Yeah.
It's the company she keeps, I guess. Say like that. She just doesn't seem like I don't know. It's weird. I don't like her.
Yeah.
I liked her in her pregame interviews. Well, somewhat.
Uh-huh.
I thought she'd be interesting, but
we'll
see.
Definitely.
So yeah, let's start talking about what actually happens. Okay, first we have the twist. 3 people being nominated this time. The HOH still gets to nominate 2 people, and then we have an MVP that's voted on by the viewers of who, and it's supposed to be who has played the best game that week. But I think we all know it's just going to turn into a popularity contest. And it has it's not about who plays the best game. It's about who do you like more. Who's your favorite.
Yeah, who you want to see win.
And so the MVP gets to nominate a third nomination, but they're not immune from being nominated themselves. They can still be nominated as an MVP. But they can just put someone else on the block who they think they may have a better shot at. beating. So yeah, we got that, and then so we get to the first HOH competition. It's some weird thing where you gotta hold on to like
The
what they
beanbag.
called it. Yeah, and then sticky and
Gooey stuff.
yeah, it was just one of those weird endurance competitions which I hate.
Mm-hmm. So I actually liked it. I like those endurance competitions.
Yeah, so okay. So we have two people drop off. Howard says he threw it. Then we have manipulation going on and deals being made to.
Yeah, I thought Howard he dropped off way too early. It was like I think Candace was the first person, right?
Yeah.
First girl, and then he dropped off like he dropped off right after her, like 7 minutes. Like, come on, dude, 7 minutes. I didn't believe that at all.
He should have stayed on for
at least
a
half hour or something. At least beat Spencer.
Not necessarily a time, but to
No.
be like maybe like the 7 or 6 going on, like as those remaining guys, so that he can show that he's strong, but not as strong as the others. So he doesn't appear to be
he just looked weak and just not good.
So,
but he said he was, he did it on purpose. And Erin, she was one of the last girls. She was the last girl to drop. So, I mean, she gets that, at least.
Who?
Erin? Wasn't she the last girl to drop?
Oh, she was. I thought Jessie was.
Oh, no, Jessie was almost the last girl.
Oh.
She was towards the end. Erin got that. And then David, he could have, lasted a long time, but he went for that box, and then he ended up getting that has not thing. And Jeremy kind of tricked him too. He just listened to Jeremy and did whatever he said. And then Jeremy dropped off, and he actually won the have not for the whole summer. To be a have for the whole summer.
So, guess this was okay.
Yeah.
It's just not, I don't know, there's not much going on. Just kind of holding on to something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we have McCray. He convinces Nick that he will not put him up. And McCray is the first HOH, which surprises a lot of people. So now, and this is all before they find out what the MVP means, what they do, and how the third nominee is chosen. McCray wins. He's stoked that he gets the HOH. He has to choose who's the first nominees. Then they find out what the MVP is, and it's, and then he's like, wow, so I can put 2 people on the block, and those 2 people may not even leave, which is exactly what happened to him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Those 2 people may not even leave, and they may come back with a vengeance. Which I think is I kind of like this twist. I really do.
Yeah, I like it too.
People, right, obviously when the HOH is chosen, the HOH is chosen, you start seeing people go up in the HOH room. People who probably wouldn't even talk to certain people to begin with, but they all of a sudden have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So we see a few people in the HOH room. One of them is, I think, who approached him about moving company? Was it Nick or Jeremy?
It was Nick.
It was Nick, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Nick approaches McCray saying that he wants to have an alliance with him, a 5-guy alliance, and he already has a few guys in mind. He named them off, and I was feeling really good about it. I really was. I was liking it. I liked everyone in the alliance.
Yeah, me too.
Time, and I was like, this could work. This could be a really cool thing to watch. And so what do you think about the alliance? What was your, did you have high hopes for them? Do you think they're going the long distance? What?
I liked it. To be honest, I like Spencer, Howard, and McCray. I actually like those 3 the most, but I like all 5 of them coming together because I think if they all stick together, they can definitely take control of the game and last for a long time. But just seeing Jeremy's actions, I can already tell that he is kind of like playing in the middle. He flip flop, and he's someone they may not be able to trust all the way. So, so hopefully they see that soon, and they come together and get Jeremy out before he gets them out. But that won't be for a while because there's a lot of other people in the house.
Yeah. And then we have actually when they first come in the house, you have the girls women starting out Girls Alliance, which rarely works. It never works actually. It never works.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Did you think that was gonna actually happen?
I mean it's possible. We did see that on Survivor, but I didn't really think it was gonna happen here either. I think Alyssa said that. She stated that. And that's one of the reasons why Jeremy wanted her gone, just because she said that statement. But yeah, it wasn't going to happen.
Mhm.
And it's funny, too. It's funny you brought that up, because Candace brought that up on the After Dark and was like, why can't the girls just all come together and work with each other? Why do we have to, be bitter towards one another? Because apparently something happened where, Candace was upset with someone in the house. They made fun of her for something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sure she's upset.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that house. So I mean, alright, so now we find out who the MVP is, and we have, were the nominees, were McCrae's nominees found out before the MVP was found out?
No, I think everyone, no, McCrae was the first one who found out who was the MVP.
No, I'm saying, like, did he nominate, was the nominations before that we saw who was MVP?
Yeah, because the MVP was announced right before the veto competition.
Okay.
Yeah.
So McCrae nominates
Jesse and Candace.
And that's because has nothing to do with what he wanted. It's because other people were going up to him saying how they wanted Candace out, they wanted Jesse out, and then
he wanted to do least like people to stir up the least drama.
Yeah, he didn't want to rock the boat. He wanted to have an easy HOH and not have people already coming after him so early in the game. So he wanted to do a slow and steady race, which I think was Amanda's. What Amanda said to him, she said, "No, you don't go right for the big dogs right after that. You gotta, just work up to it, and stuff like that." So I think that's where he was really getting it from, was her. So they seem to have a connection. So,
but at the end, it kind of worked out because he eventually they went after a big dog.
But it wasn't his doing. It wasn't his plan.
He didn't get any blood on his hands, which kind of worked because now that week one is over with, everyone still likes the credit. Yeah. So it kind of worked out for him.
And it's the question of, was David really a big dog though?
Who, McCrae?
David.
Oh, David. I mean, he's definitely...
He was bigger than Jesse and Candace, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, he almost won the first HOH, and I think the second HOH, if he was around, he could have been, up there with Jeremy, too.
And he's someone on Jeremy and Aaron's side that kind of knocks out a vote for them.
Yeah, that is
an automatic vote for them.
Yeah.
So that is definitely something. Even though he doesn't see it like that because he doesn't see what we're seeing, he probably doesn't see that Jeremy was against them. But ultimately, it kind of helps them out in that sense that now they knocked away someone, a vote that was against them.
Yeah.
So, but okay. So he gets all this stuff from everyone. The house comes together and come in the HOH room and tell them how they hate Candace, how they hate Jesse, and so he finally gets convinced by Amanda saying, "Look, just do it the house once right now, and so no blood in your hands. You get it, So he puts up those two. People start. Then we get the MVP, which is Alyssa, she's
Mhm.
voted. And but also throughout the season, well, throughout the first episode, really, people will start wondering, why does she look so familiar? She reminds me of someone, this and that.
Yeah.
And
Joe was the first to say something, but I think Candace was the first person to actually put a name out there. She said, she looks like Rachel. And then everyone was like, oh, yeah. She does look like Rachel.
And
so, yeah.
for whatever reason, everyone thinks that this is a bad thing. This means she's going to be a threat. We want her out the house, which I really don't see. So, this is weird to me. I guess I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe it's something we're not seeing, but I just don't get why they're against her. So, everyone wants her out, and now that she's MVP, she decides to tell McCrae, which I thought this was really stupid on her behalf.
Yeah.
On her part, not on her behalf, but on her part, because it's like he's not in your corner fully yet.
Yeah.
Not really.
I think she was thinking if she just tells McCrae and be open and be honest with him, then maybe McCrae will, okay, she's real with me, she came out, and McCrae will, want to work with her. But it kind of backfired, and, he ended up putting McCrae on the block. I mean, he ended up putting Alyssa on the block.
Right. But the thing is, she should have played it so much better. Like, if she would have just held it in, telling people that she's Rachel's sister, whatever, you can tell from that. That doesn't really matter. But, like, don't tell people about MVP. You gotta play that card they gave you the anonymous because it's huge.
Yeah.
So, if she would have just played that up, she could have, she didn't get what she wanted. But I feel like she went after she wanted to go after the right person, Nick. He's a big player in this game. And, but they would not have had the votes to get him out.
Yeah.
Not over her. Because Nick has the moving company, so that wasn't bad for her, but, huh?
I was going to say, let's talk about the have-not competition real quick. With the
have competition?
They were in the lake or the pool, and they were in 3 teams. And I want to talk about Howard's performance. I'm not sure if he was playing around or if he was serious. I can't remember. Did he say he was throwing that too?
No, he really tried.
Like,
because in his interview he said, just because you're big and all this and that, doesn't mean you're going to be great in every competition.
So that's the thing. That's why I feel like he shouldn't be too weak. Because stuff that he's good at, he needs to be. No, if he sucks at the pool thing, then he's honest with that. He can be that way. But like, he can't be weak in things that he's good at. He has to be somewhat good. You know what I'm saying? He has to show that he is somewhat of a good player.
Like you're just something to someone.
Yeah. Be good at something. Don't just be weak at everything. Because right now he's really weak at that. He was really weak at that pool thing. Whatever, the boat. I thought that was funny. But yeah.
But you know what? Judd wasn't too good either.
I noticed that too. Judd wasn't good, so it kind of covered up a little bit.
It was. I can't help it.
Yeah. And the yellow team was annoyed by Candace. I'm not sure if you saw that. They said Candace was too loud.
That was just dumb nitpicking on someone else. Like, they're just being idiots. They're just being brats and nitpicking.
Yeah. Which team won? Which team won first? The middle team, right?
No, the team that had David.
Jeremy won. I thought it was the blue team that won first, and then the yellow.
Oh, okay, so maybe it was.
Yeah. So yeah, that was just the have-not. And then like the red team, Alyssa, Howard, Judd, and Helen, they all had to be, eat slop and take cold showers. So that's for them.
That was a fun competition.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was a good one, but
I just wish, the red team didn't do so bad as they did.
So y'all team did bad too because it was a close race. They ended up knocking their cans over.
Well, I don't know if it was as close as the editors made it.
Yeah, they may have edited it out too. That too.
Yeah, I don't think it was that close.
Oh yeah, David was in that competition. David played, and he was actually, somewhat good.
Yeah, he was good. So yeah, and the have not room is like the best. Oh my god, that would be so annoying.
Yeah, the airplane.
It was set up like an airplane.
Yeah, that's tough.
They didn't have any type of mattress, no type of bed.
Yeah.
Usually they at least have cots in there.
Yeah, he wants to sleep on an airplane for 7 days.
Sleep in a seat.
Yeah,
That's
retarded. It's tough.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they thought about that one. Yeah.
I feel bad. Oh my gosh. Okay, now what else was there? We have the have not competition. Okay, then we have the veto competition. And right before the veto competition, we get Alyssa nominating David as a third nominee. And at this point in time, David and Aaron have become really close. Mm-hmm. And Aaron's just shocked. I think David was shocked because they thought they were just like trying to be like Jess and Jordan all over again, and everyone was gonna love them, and and it annoys me when David said that he's gonna have a little showmance for America. It's like, don't put on an act. I hate that. Like, just if you like someone, fine, but don't like say, oh, I'm gonna have a showmance for America. It's like, no, don't. Please do not.
And then, for the veto competition, Howard and Alyssa, they were picked to play in the game. Now, I want to ask you a question. Do you think that the players are already picked in the bag for them to play by the producers, and they just want to make it seem like, oh, it's going to be random?
No, I actually think it's random.
See, sometimes I think it's set up, and then other times I think, oh, it is random. Because what are the odds of Alyssa playing in the? I don't know.
I think you think it's set up just because how drama unfolds, and then how people get picked to play to just intensify the drama. But that can't really actually happen, though. I don't think it's set up. I just think things just happen like that. Really?
Because I was trying to I was looking at the bag. I was like, is there really a lot of chips in there? Because it seems like it was only like, I don't know.
Well, it's only they can't choose. The HOH is going to be in the bag, and the two nominees aren't going to be in the bag. Yeah. So that takes out, that's 3 chips. It's only 16 people in the cast, so it's only going to be a few chips. It's not going to be like a handful of stuff.
I don't know. I just feel like sometimes it's kind of forced a little bit just to get other players to play, just for the drama or the TV or whatever. But I don't know. It was good that Howard, he got picked and listened to, because we got to see them perform. It was crazy too, because before that competition started, McCrae kind of stated and said that he didn't really want to win. He was trying to let someone else to win. And he was upfront with Alyssa too, and told her that she better win this, because if she doesn't win this, he's gonna throw her up. So Alyssa had pressure to
not have one for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. It sucks because and once again Howard was throwing it, which was okay, because he really didn't have a reason to really win it, because then all the pressure would be on him. So I see why he didn't really want to win it either.
He said he was throwing it?
Yeah, he said that during the episode that he wasn't really trying to think of a big word because he didn't really want to win it. Now, but he almost won it because he beat Jesse.
Now, how is it that these people who are not trying to win this challenge are able to put up decent-sized words?
Yeah.
David, whose butt was on the block,
put up nothing.
Couldn't find anything. Like, that boggles my mind. I cannot. I don't even know.
It's crazy.
Like, that's... But
Howard
trying to lose.
Howard had sailing. Jesse had another 7-letter word, but because Howard had his word first, he was still in the lead.
McCray had delivery.
Yep, which put him in the lead. David had nothing.
And if he would have knocked off the Y, he probably would have lost and Howard would have won.
True.
Which would have been cool.
Yeah. And Alyssa almost won, but she put pot roast.
No, she didn't almost win.
I know, she just was smart enough to think of another word that was actually a word and not two words.
Yeah.
You know? I think she just had like a dumb moment. I don't know. But yeah. It sucks. It would have been cool to see her win too, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like we're gonna have. I don't think it's gonna be a season where we're gonna have too many Cinderella moments. You know, like those perfect moments where it's like the heroic character.
Yeah, that needed to win once, actually.
Yeah, then the villain gets what's coming to them. I feel like this is gonna be a moment. It's gonna be a season where I'm gonna do a lot of cringing. I'm gonna hate a lot of the cast, and the people I hate are gonna make it far.
Yeah, I don't like that either. It sucks.
It was.
Especially for next week, because, I mean, do you know who's HOH next week?
Yeah, we brushed up on it a little bit.
Yeah, and that person who won it gave it to someone else, so now that person who won it can still compete for week 3, HOH.
Well, alright, well let's get into eviction and all that drama because, when McCray won, everyone was stoked that Alyssa lost. So then won, as long as Alyssa didn't win. So everyone was out. So when McCray won, everyone was saying how he needs to use the veto, and put Alyssa up. Where Nick was actually saying that no, keep everything the same and we can vote David out.
Yeah.
So what actually happened was best for McCray. He put Alyssa on the block to appease one side of the house, but he still kept his word with his alliance and voted David out, which, he didn't vote him out, but
another reason why he did that, I know I said this earlier, but another reason he did that because he wanted to get Alyssa on his side with the man and all of them, and then he also wanted to get Candace to be like, yo, if we take you off the block, work with us. He also wanted to let Alyssa know, yo, if we put you on the block, if we don't vote you out, you know, if you're still here, you have to still work with us. He did that just to set up Candace and Alyssa to be on their side for more numbers. He did that too.
Yeah.
So he was thinking smart. Like, Nick was smart for wanting to keep David, but McCray, he had like another whole little plan just to get Candace to be on his side and to get Alyssa on their side. Because he already knew Candace and Alyssa wasn't going anywhere. David was going to be the one going home. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was good.
It was a good plan.
It was a good plan. But I know right before the eviction, you saw the whole fight with the wine. I don't know if you want to talk about that. We kind of already did.
Yeah.
What did you think about that?
Stupid.
It was stupid. I thought it was just dumb that Aaron, she took the wine and complained that everyone was mad about her. To try to make it seem like it was all Jeremy's fault.
Really, that's not what was stupid about it. The stupid part.
What?
Well, first of all, okay. The have-nots are anticipating midnight, so they can finally eat again.
Yeah,
drink wine.
I know.
I guess the have-nots, they have to drink only water throughout their period. So when midnight came around, they were all stoked and looking for the wine and wanted to celebrate.
Yeah.
Jeremy had earlier. We see Jeremy opening up this bottle of wine and giving it to Aaron and a few other people. I can't remember, but he gave it to a few other people.
Jesse was there.
Yeah, and they all drunk it, and now everyone, like Helen, I think it's mainly Helen, Andy, maybe Alyssa. We're just kind of like, wait, where's the wine?
Yeah.
And that was kind of like the stupid part about it. Okay, you don't have red wine. who the freak cares? You don't have red wine.
What do you mean?
Okay,
It was a house decision that they were all going to drink together.
Okay, but I get it.
So why would
It was
someone
a house decision
sneakily
for
take
all
the
the-
wine, drink it, knowing that they were able to drink wine all week? These people wasn't able to drink all week. You know?
It's
I would be mad too. It's messed up.
wrong, but it's not something to cry about. It's wrong, but it's not something to create this big fuss about. It's like, okay.
I don't think they made a big.
we
Did they
were
really make a
drinking-
big fuss about it?
Wait, hold on. Let me finish. I'm saying, like, okay, you're shady for drinking the red wine. You're, that was wrong.
That needed to be said though. Who said that though? They said that to
I
Aaron?
don't know. That's what needed to be said. I agree, but to cry about it and to, talk about the moment
See, I
stuff
forgot.
behind your backs about it, it's like, come
Wait.
on.
But the thing is, we saw Aaron cry about it first, I thought. They were complaining about it. Like, they were mad and upset. But what triggered Aaron to be mad? Did they confront her?
No, they didn't confront her. That's what
So
triggered.
what triggered Jeremy to be on the defense mode?
They were, I guess when Aaron walked in the kitchen, they were kind of giving books.
They weren't talking to her.
Mumbling under their breath and saying stuff like that and doing stuff like that. They
Oh.
From her.
They
just,
okay.
Just jerky about it. And that's what I'm saying to you. Like, if they would have just been like, okay, what happened here? Who drank the red wine? This is why.
They did say that. I remember they did say who drank the wine, and Aaron walked past them outside. I remember seeing, and that's what kind of made me upset
they
too.
didn't confront her. They just kind of put it out in the air, just being kind of, about it, kind of just passive aggressive about it. I'm saying,
but the thing is,
Aaron,
they put it out in the air. Aaron would at least step up and say, "Yo, it was me, so and so and so and so." Someone would step up and say something. But I guess they figured who did it, and I don't know. Yeah, I guess I get what you mean. Giving her the side eyes and all of that, and making little things.
Over dramatic.
But I don't know. I think if I was in that situation, I don't know.
It was handled poorly on both ends. And Jeremy definitely made it worse by coming there with tough guy talk.
Yeah.
It
was no point. Yeah.
It was so stupid.
Yeah. And Aaron didn't say anything at all, It was just stupid.
Yeah, it was a horrible moment. But,
Amanda got upset too. They said something about Amanda, and then she came outside and confronted them. She was like the only person who actually confronted them. Jeremy confronted them, and then Amanda confronted them. Yeah.
He tried at the end. You can't be in an argument in the Big Brother house, and then leave crying at the end, because that means you lost the argument.
Yeah.
Technically you did, because Jeremy got what he wanted. He got you upset. He got you all mad. He controlled the situation. You're the one walking away crying. Therefore, it means more to you than it does to him. So you lost. So it doesn't matter what your stance is and what your point is, you lost. Which kind of stinks. Because she was going good until she started crying. I was like, gosh, why'd you have to cry?
Sure.
So it's like, but
let's get to eviction.
Eviction. Okay. We have a pretty, I felt like the David Aaron crew, I think they were so convinced that they had the votes.
Yeah.
Because of Alyssa being Rachel's sister, and everyone kind of openly not liking her.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't know about moving company.
Pretty much.
So
except for Jeremy, who kind of didn't go along with moving company, which I thought was just weird.
But he didn't know. I didn't think it was weird at all. But he didn't know until Nick approached him saying, "Hey, let's vote for this person," because he wasn't really around. He's not really.
The thing is, are you in with them in that alliance, or are you not? If you're going to be in an alliance, then be in an alliance. But I can see, he's playing both sides, which is good, because he's able to convince him that he did vote for David, even though he didn't. So I mean, he's in a good place right now. He's with the moving company, but he's also with Aaron and her crew. So
yeah, it come down to, I think, was it 7 to 5 votes?
Something like that.
And Jessie got 0 votes.
Yeah, which is a good thing,
She was safe.
Yeah.
Once she said David's name, like, everyone's face was, like, complete shock.
It
was, like, nothing but silence.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah,
it was just like Julie said, you can hear a pin dropping in that place. Yeah. Everyone thought he had it, and he's a popular kid and all this and that, but Nick pulled the wool right over their eyes.
Definitely.
It was great.
Then he gets outside and talks to Julie. You see the comment when he made, he thought he was a smart player.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad, we're making fun of him and all, but he did come off as, airheaded. So for him to say that, it's just like, really, dog?
And I like how all the people, almost everyone in the house kind of knew, even if they didn't know, even if Alyssa didn't tell them, but they pretty much knew that he was MVP. He sits in front of Julie and was like, hey, I'm wondering, hey, who's MVP?
Oh, yeah.
He didn't know.
Like, he didn't know. Like, really, dog? You didn't know by now?
He was living in a La Man.
And then his goodbye messages, I know Amanda first kind of stuck out to me, but she was going in on him and Aaron. Well, she said something like David is cool, it's just that the company that he was around wasn't. Did you see that?
No, I don't really pay attention to the right answers.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that's what Amanda said to him.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get David to come on for an interview to talk with us to kind of see.
I know it's weird. I mean, because they don't really have Twitters. It's hard for them to tweet since they're in the house. They can't really. I guess they can't be out. They can't be in contact with outside.
Yeah.
The house.
No. But I'm trying to get people.
Since he's outside the house, maybe it'll be easier. I don't know.
You know what? Before we close out this show, I want to definitely get to everything that's been the buzz about this season, mainly about certain cast members. I guess some things have been said that some derogatory remarks or racist or whatever remarks have been said by certain cast members. And I don't really want to get your. I guess we both kind of have the same take on those remarks. But what do you think about certain things that's kind of, I guess, like the consequences that the people who have been saying these things have kind of endured? Well, they haven't endured it yet because the second half they don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
But what do you think about,
it's just, it's just Aaron, right?
Aaron getting fired from her job, from her modeling agency.
I guess because she's like a face, so she has to work, people are going to know her. I guess they didn't want to have someone in their company to represent them like that, so I guess that's reasonable. I mean, it's her opinion. People are allowed to speak their minds, but if you're going to have an opinion like that, you have to, watch where you say it. Like, you're going to offend people, so.
You're in a house. First of all, you're on a show that's called Big Brother.
Yeah, you don't say stuff like that.
There are cameras everywhere. There are mics implanted everywhere. Even if you don't see them, they're in your mattresses, in your pillows, behind walls, everything.
It's just messed up.
It's like you gotta watch this thing. Especially when there's this new thing out there now, this MVP where America's gonna vote for you.
Yeah.
Now
you're definitely never win. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. I don't know.
So,
and CBS never aired it, right?
No, they haven't aired anything.
Yeah, I don't think they will, because they're gonna try to either avoid all the lash, and then also try to cover, Aaron's image.
But when you were talking about Gina Marie, it was so funny. You was talking about her. I was like, wait, does he know?
See, I don't know. She said it too.
Some things.
Huh? What did she say?
Well, she said. Well, first of all, she also is someone who's fired. She's a pageant coordinator or something like that. She worked with pageants, beauty pageants. And they fired her for some of the things she said. Because there's a video on TMZ. You gotta go to TMZ and watch. Because they interviewed Evil Dick, and they showed some clips of them saying some things. And
what did she say though? What did she?
Well, yeah, she called welfare. She said it was nigger insurance.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, hell no. That is crazy.
Which
That is not.
and she said
she needs to go. All right, she's no longer funny. I'm no longer rooting for her.
No, yeah. Because in the clip that they showed Nick's face, and it was just funny. I want to teach you the link because at first I feel like she mouthed it when she said it, but they blurred out her lips. I guess so maybe she like whispered it because she was talking to Andy. And but he was like, Andy was like, what? What'd you say? And then she whispered it again. He was like, what? And then she had to go and whisper it in his ear. So she.
That is crazy. That's not.
But it's like, dude, you're still gonna be heard while you're whispering. You're gonna be heard.
So, yeah. She's
Yeah, but so she got fired as well. So I'm thinking, man, when people leave the house, they're gonna be so shocked.
Yeah. Like what?
Erin, who thinks she's like this Jordan character, she thinks she's gonna be the America's sweetheart.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you're gonna be in for a rude awakening. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I wonder if Julie's gonna inform them when they get evicted.
Did you know you lost your job? Yeah.
So it's gonna be so funny. But yeah, I mean that's.
Do you already know who's HOH? So
yeah, that's right.
So I was gonna say predictions, but we can like skip HOH since we already know.
No, yeah, we can say HOH.
Yeah, I already know who won it.
So yeah, well, the HOH competition was they had to. Well, they're paired up in teams. Teams of two.
Yeah.
And
they want us to believe that it's random, but we all know it's not random. But yeah, go ahead.
They have to carry like barbecue sauce, like from one. It's from
one side to the middle to meet their partner, and then that partner picks up they have to pour the barbecue sauce in the other person's cup, and then that person has to walk back down to the container.
And of course, it was on some slippery
slope
maybe. Soapy surface. So, and there's this little jar, there's a big jar to fill it up, and if you fill it up and get the ball out, you're HOH, and there's a little jar. If you fill that up, you get to use even bigger scoops to start filling up the bigger jar. Mm-hmm. And that's what because it was Nick and Judd, I think, was it? They were on the same team, and they were going for the small jar first. And from what I read, it seems like once they filled the small jar and switched to the bigger scoops, they were really catching up. They were like they came like third place, I think it sounds like.
Yeah. It would have been better off for them to win because
their HOH would have been so interesting.
Yeah. I don't think the current HOH is going to do what they want anyway. Especially since the main person who won it gave it up to the other person. So
it came down to Andy and Alyssa and Jeremy and Aaron. Andy was really doing, I was shocked to hear that he was doing so well.
Yeah.
But he was killing it. But ultimately, Jeremy and Aaron won. So Jeremy and Aaron, one of them I think Aaron is the new HOH.
Yeah, Jeremy, I was going to try to keep it a secret, but.
No, I mean, it's something that would have been found out anyway, because you usually
find
out the HOH.
Jeremy gave it to Aaron, but it was smart for him because by Jeremy giving it to Aaron, he can now still compete in, the next HOH. And also, he doesn't have to listen to Nick, because if he would have won HOH, Nick would have been like, this is who should go up, but by Aaron winning, Aaron's going to put up who she wants. And it could be, someone in, that whole crew next to Moving Company. Do you know who's nominated? I don't know who's nominated yet.
Yeah, no, I don't know who's nominated, but I wouldn't. I mean, I'm not gonna be shocked if it's Alyssa and someone else.
Yeah, I know Jeremy kind of wants Alyssa. I'm not sure if she's nominated. And I heard Helen may be, the next person to wear it. I don't know.
So we shall see.
Yeah, I know it's crazy.
I don't think I'm looking forward to this week. But we'll see.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna like this week.
We'll see what happens.
I'm already waiting for Wednesday for a new HOH. Alright, also this, I heard this week, this Wednesday, this week may be a double eviction. So Wednesday we may see an HOH, a veto, all that. Another eviction.
Actually, they're switching it back to normal time, so it'll be Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I think they probably wanted to get by July 4th.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
but what I was gonna say is, it may be a double eviction, so we may see 2 people go home.
Well, hopefully not. But
not our favorites go home.
So I think we're done here. We covered everything. Covered just about everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys tune in Sunday at I don't even know the time. Was it 7 Central?
Yeah.
It's on CBS.
Yeah, I can't keep up with them.
To see how
the nominations.
Yeah, the nominations go, and I don't think we'll find out the MVP, but to see how the nominations go and all the drama that unfolds.
Apparently the new HOH Erin, she elected to have not, so we won't be seeing a have not competition.
Oh, no have not competition.
Yeah.
Alright, so, those are kind of whatever anyway. But,
yeah.
So yeah, so tune in Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. Follow us at Reality Radio Pod. Check out our blog, talkingrealitytv.blogspot.com. We definitely want to try and get some interviews as people get evicted. Maybe try to bring out some former house guests on here as well. And, just follow my personal Twitter account at Janelle MCG, JANEL MCG. And I'm at CS_Sanders_SNE. Yep. So we will talk to you guys later. Alright. Bye, guys.